looking at?
The junior, so they're going to run a junior B main a junior A main.
I forgot about the juniors.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. The junior race will be coming up after this. That's correct. And we are off and running.
And so an interesting note here for Austin Blair and Cole Ogden, the scoring director is going to remove one lap after they've completed one full lap here. And that way we'll know on the scoring table where exactly they fall in. So there you see Austin Blair and Cole Ogden. They did go by the finish line for the first time, but that one lap has been removed. And I'm honestly really quite proud of Roar for sticking it in there. I mean, people are going to be upset either way. You enforce the rules and you're a jerk. You don't enforce the rules and you're a jerk. The main events had already been long set up. They had already been started. Sorry. If you want them to follow the rules, they're going to have to follow them all, and that's one of them.
And you know who is not worried about these rules whatsoever right now? Spencer Rivkin. Rivkin out front, leading the way here in this one. Ryan Lutz in the number 2 spot. And Rivkin making a bit of a mistake there. So Spencer Rivkin, your 2016 Roar 8-scale buggy national champion, he wants to dominate once again this year and defend that title. Can he go for another title here in 2017? Right now, he's out front here in the semi. He's got Ryan Maifield, the number 2 spot now. Cole Tollard in the 3. Ryan Lutz in the 4. Adam Drake in the 5. Seth Van Dalen. Rounding out your top 6. Those are in the 6 transfer positions. A minute 30 in, but we've still got 28:30 to go here in this one. You're looking at Spencer Rivkin, the team associated driver out of Arizona. Again, you're defending Roar National Buggy Champion. Down the backstretch he goes, onto the right-hand side. Rivkin coming around to the front side, going double, single, double. Ryan Maifield in the number 2 spot, 2.9 seconds back for him right now. Oh, and Rivkin with a big mistake. Lands back on his wheels, though. That turn marshal was ready to go, though, for him. Here comes Ryan Maifield. Now, Ryan Maifield obviously missed out on the Truggy National Championship. A few mistakes here and there. Things didn't quite go his way, and Ty Tessman was able to take that title away here earlier this afternoon. So Maifield out for blood here in this one and the finals. He would like to walk away a national champion, and he didn't do it in Truggy, so now it's all up to Buggy.
And Buggy's where, for as great as he's been in the truck class over the last decade plus, Buggy is where he's been extra unstoppable since joining Mugen, taking the wins at both Dirt Nitro Challenge and Silver State. And this was the battle for the last year's national championship. Looked just like this, especially at the finish line, as Spencer Rivkin took the win with Maifield a half second back.
Well, and these two drivers working their way around right now. Ryan Maifield, Spencer Rivkin in that number 2 spot. Ryan Lutz in the 3, Seth Van Dalen in the 4. Adam Drake and Mike Truhe, 5th and 6th for those final transfer spots. Oh, trouble right there. And I believe that might have been... some lap traffic. Oh, that was Seth Van Dalen as they're working away by him. Oh, and trouble there for Mike Truhe. So Truhe rolls it over now. Adam Drake moves his way up into 5th. Mike Truhe drops to the number 6 spot. Austin Woodyard just out of the direct bump in that number 7 spot. Here in this one, still a lot of time left to go. Ryan Maifield out front. Spencer Rivkin in the number 2 spot. Austin Woodyard in the 3 spot. Ryan Lutz, Adam Drake, your top 5. Ryan Lutz now trying to close that gap up a bit on Rivkin as Maifield has worked his way into Maifield out front.
The top 6 at this point: Maifield, Rivkin, Lutz, Drake, Austin Woodyard. Wouldn't that be a story? And Cole Tollard, another youngster, trying to race their way into a direct transfer spot. Top 6.
Somebody was asking in the chat earlier what the Cinderella story from this Nats is.
Well, shoot, right now it's CJ Jelin having a great run there in that last semi to get into the show.
That is very true. And I tell you another one that I thought was pretty cool. He hammered his way into it, but Blake Pickett. It was good to see Blake Pickett up there as well. It's always cool to see some drivers that wouldn't normally find themselves in the final, and they've made it there, and you can see the emotion on their face and just in their voice. Really, honestly, from here, it doesn't even matter to them. They've made it to the final, and they are stoked.
Yep. Dakotah Phend turned a 52-lap 30:05 is the time that the 7th place driver in this race will have to beat, and it's laps ahead of that now because we've got 4 rounds of pit stops and lots of crashing left to go here, but that's the mark that we'll be looking for.
As they're working their way around, Ryan Maifield still out front here in this one. Spencer Rivkin in second, Ryan Lutz in third. Adam Drake in fourth, Austin Woodyard in the number 5 spot, Mike Truhe in that 6th, and Cole Tollard in the 7th spot. So Tollard right now, the man on the bubble, I guess you might say. Mike Truhe in the final direct transfer spot, but he's got Cole Tollard closing the gap up on him. Through the wave they go. Mike Truhe, the Mugen.
Wow, Tollard's car.
Tollard.
Hit the wave and got
down.
pitted, bro. Whoa.
Whoa.
He got so pitted.
So pitted. Cole Tollard, the Team Associated driver in the pink and yellow. So now Tollard going to drop back. Truhe going to have a little bit of breathing room right now. And now Tollard's got to be a little bit worried about John McGinty III and Evan Vail. All 3 of those drivers pretty close. And Van Dalen right there with him.
Man, wouldn't that be something if
Wow.
Van Dalen could drive his way into the final?
Only if he would run that truck body that he's got on his buggy. That would be the topper.
Van Dalen was 3rd at last year's junior final. Here's Cole Tollard.
So now we're looking at Cole, and he's got company coming up behind him. That's going to be Evan Vail. Down the front stretch, Evan up and over the top now. Evan, the bump driver, out of the quarterfinal.
Yeah. Evan was so stoked to be in the semis already that
and now he's looking at possibly going to the final.
he might lose his stuff if he bumps into the final. He was so just ecstatic just to be in this race.
Well, and they're working their way up on, I believe that is going to be Austin Woodyard. Yes, indeed it is. So Woodyard in that number 6 spot now. So John McGinty III dropping down to 9th. So that has moved Woodyard up into the final direct transfer spot. It's Maifield, Rivkin, Lutz, Drake, Truhe, Woodyard, Tollard, Vail, McGinty III, and Van Dalen. Tanner Denney having a little bit of a rough run here in this one. And look at this. Woodyard, Tollard, McGinty III, and Vail all going to be right there together as they come around here. We're looking at Cole Tollard. He's chasing down Woodyard. Woodyard right there in front of him in the white, green, and orange. Into the whoop section they go now. Woodyard and Cole Tollard put the pressure on him. Meanwhile, right there behind him is going to be John McGinty III. Oh, trouble.
Woodyard that
it was.
Just got the wheel.
Yes, it was. So Woodyard feeling the brunt of that one.
And that's one of those situations that, like, relying on the Roar officials to, or any officials at any event that says they're going to crack down on rough driving, like, that's one of those situations that's hardly ever going to get called, especially this early in the race. Like, it's just not a reliable way to try to manage this.
I would agree.
Yep. Like, should he have stopped? Probably. Did he need to stop? No. Are they going to say anything? No. So?
Will he say anything?
I don't know.
We'll see.
It won't amount to anything.
Ryan Maifield still out front. Spencer Rivkin in second. Ryan Lutz in third. Everybody starting to make their first round of pit stops here in this one. With 8:30 down, 21:30 to go here in this race.
A lot of time left. And Ryan Maifield doing what he does best. He does have 2.5 seconds now on Spencer Rivkin.
And Cole Tollard right now is sitting in that final direct transfer spot. However, a few more drivers to make a pit stop. Now, Adam Drake is one, I've got a feeling, if anybody...
But tonight's gonna be a good night.
That too. But
now, Drake just pitted, though? Oh, he hasn't pitted, so
no.
Yeah. Drake's probably going to try to do this on 2 stops.
That's where I was headed with that. I got a feeling Drake is going to go a full 10-minute tank. 2 stops for Drake. And Tollard goes upside down now. So John McGinty III now working his way up into a direct transfer spot. The HB Racing driver recently made the switch from Mugen Siki. Onto the backside of the track they go. Cole Tollard trying to catch him now. And Seth Van Dalen behind Cole Tollard. Whoa, Tollard getting loose as he comes down into the front section. Back onto the left-hand side he goes.
Cole tumbling out of the lane just as we pick up here with Ryan Lutz and TechnoRC running in the 3rd spot, as 4th place behind him, Adam Drake, did just come in for a pit stop at 10:06. So we won't see Adam Drake's advantage for only pitting twice until like the 24 to 27 minute mark, when everyone starts to come in for their 3rd pit stops. Until then, it's going to look like Adam's a little further behind than he should be.
That's the tough part when you decide to make a decision like that.
Yeah.
You think to yourself, you hear the where you are in the runnings, and it's kind of hard to remember, hey, I've got one less pit stop than these guys, so that's all most likely going to change.
Speaking of one less, Cole Ogden started this race with one less lap than everybody, and he's worked his way all the way to 7th. And he did just have a personal best 32.389.
Wow.
Only Maifield and Rivkin have done a faster single lap than that. Ogden is moving.
Now I have to be the one to say, if Cole Ogden can come back for being a lap down, I'm not sure which of the two had somebody lined up to marshal for him, and then their lineup.
Both of them.
They both did.
Yeah.
So they both did somewhat of their part to line somebody up, and then
and then the person that they got to throw marshal for them blew out.
And then they got penalized for it. So
right.
What a slap in the face if Cole Ogden comes back. He's in 6th right now.
Yeah.
Cole Ogden is
nuts.
in 6th place. Now knowing the rest of that story, that both of them had somebody lined up and whoever they had lined up failed to show up.
Yeah.
I'm super pumped right now for Cole Ogden, and I'm hoping. Look at Austin Blair. Blair now hot on the heels of Cole Tollard, John McGinty III, and Ogden right in front of him.
Wow, wouldn't that be a story?
That would be your Cinderella story right there.
No
Those
kidding.
guys get punished for their volunteers not showing up.
And then it still ends up working out okay, and they fight their way into the mains.
Yes.
That would be an awesome interview on the driver's stand. I hope it happens.
Oh, absolutely.
Blair being very patient there and picking up 2 spots. Those may have been lapped cars.
I don't think so.
No, I think one of them was McGinty, actually.
I believe
no.
Tollard was in there.
Tollard. Interesting. So Blair, 1 spot out of theoretically the A main, as it would knock Dakotah Phend out on time.
Wow. That would be quite the turn of events. Meanwhile, Ryan Maifield, car number 3, leading the show right now. Maifield out front in control of this one. Spencer Rivkin in that number 2 spot. Ryan Lutz in the 3 spot. Mike Truhe in the 4. Adam Drake in the 5. Oh, in trouble there. That's McGinty III in that number 7 spot. And McGinty pulling over right there, letting
Rivkin go by.
Yes. Rivkin in that number 2 spot.
Maifield, I think at this point, has gone up to the front desk at the hotel, returned his room key, and checked out.
That's pretty much what it looks like to me.
14 minutes in, so just a minute away from the halfway point, at which time we'll start to see a lot of people, pretty much everybody, coming in between the 15 and 16 minute marks based on their first pit stop. Checking out our ProTech RC speed trap. Cole Ogden 23.2. 17.9 for Rivkin, getting on the brakes early. Austin Blair 21.1. 19.3, 19.4 for Woodard and Lutz. Tollard 21.1. 25.8. Tanner Denney driving it deep into the corner. Seth Van Dalen 19.3. 19.3 for Pannone. 19.4 for Maifield. 21.1 for Vail. One of the new awesome, 19.3 for the Drake. So a very cool 23.2 Ogden driving it in deep. You know he's pushing hard. A new beta feature working on for LiveRC.
Right now we're looking at Ryan Maifield as he works his way onto the back straight right now. On the right-hand side, coming back around, and Maifield now coming in for fuel into pit lane. Maifield in and on the wall, and he's out. Oh no, Maifield has flamed out. Ryan Maifield, your leader, has flamed out. So Ryan Maifield is mechanic there, J.R. Mitch, trying to get him fired back up and back onto the track. Ryan Maifield flaming out.
Wow.
What a turn of events here for Maifield.
14.9 second stop, losing 7 seconds because of that flame out.
Man. Not enough, though, to lose the lead.
Well, he hasn't come by yet.
No, he has
Lutz
not.
hasn't come by, so.
Waiting for Lutz to come by, and then Rivkin, Truhe, Drake. Ogden is up into 6th. McGinty III is in 7th. Austin Blair is in 8th.
Ogden is on fire, and that sounds kind of unpleasant, actually, so maybe that's not the best metaphor. And he's not flying because he's on the ground. And he's driving very well.
Maifield right now is out front still, even after the flame out. If you're going to flame out,
20.2 seconds. So a 27-second lead drops to 20 seconds. Well, Ogden, McGinty Racing, Reds Racing Engines. And you know what he's running for tires now? He'd been J Concepts, right? Yeah. Black tires. Got it. Okay.
I can tell you here in just a moment. Cole Ogden, J Concept.
Yeah. That's all.
So Cole coming down the front section right now.
In a guaranteed spot after fighting his way back from a lap down at the beginning of the race.
That is awesome. And Austin Blair is in 7th now. So 6th and 7th for Ogden and Blair. So Blair even has a shot at this.
Yeah.
Now, Drake does not have to pit.
Although I will say that would not have happened in the other semifinal.
Don't think so?
No, look how many first-time semifinalists you have here.
Yep.
Woodard, Vail, Van Dalen, Pannone, Tollard.
That's true. Okay, now coming around to the front side. Look here. Ogden has now caught Adam Drake, his McGinty teammate, and that's for that number 5 spot. So Ogden dives to the inside on Drake. Drake holding that tight inside. This is the battle for 5th right now. And at this point, Ogden, I would imagine he knows somewhat of where he's at, but he's still just pushing full tilt. Just trying to.
Teammate Adam Drake there.
Drake.
Yeah, that is a battle for the 5th spot.
Yeah, Drake not making it easy right now.
Man, I hope Cole goes back to the McGinty pits and just razzes Drake until the start of the Buggy main. I caught you from a lap behind.
Here they come into the whoop section now, and Drake is doing a fantastic job of covering every open door that Cole could possibly take. Now a little bit of breathing room as Cole made a mistake coming out of the whoop section there. Ryan Maifield still out front. Your full running order going to be Maifield, Lutz, Rivkin, Truhe, Drake, and Ogden. Your top 6. Blair on the number 7 spot, followed up by Tanner Denney, Cole Tollard, McGinty III, Pannone, Vail, Van Dalen, and Woodyard.
Missed where Lutz, I think, had taken the 2nd spot from Rivkin, but got it back.
It looks like Rivkin now back up at the number 2 spot.
Yeah.
As they come back around to the front side.
Here's Rivkin in the blue and purple, and Lutz behind him in the blue, pink, and orange.
A lot of pink.
Yep. More pink than anything else.
Yep. Mike Truhe now in the number 4 spot. So we've got Mike Truhe and Adam Drake, 2 longtime pro drivers, both Mugen drivers now, racing 4th and 5th here in this one. Cole Ogden, of course, a Mugen teammate as well, in 6th. Austin Blair in that number 7 spot. probably trying to work his way by Adam Drake, and Adam's not going to give it up easy, that's for sure. But Cole's going to keep pushing. That battle between Adam and Cole down the front stretch here in just a minute as they're working their way around Ryan Maifield.
So just past the 20-minute mark, which means we've still got at least one round of pit stops left. One pit stop for
You get one for
everyone but Drake. Drake's already done. Everyone else will pit one more time.
Has Drake made his?
Yes, he pitted at the 20:04. So that might be cutting it close. That last run could be 10:35. But Ryan Cavalieri's winning time in the previous semi was a 54-lap 30:12. And Maifield is quite a ways ahead of that at the moment. He will lose about 7 seconds because of the pit stop. So this semi might be a little bit faster. Again, we're looking for the faster of the two 7th place finishers. Dakotah Phend, a 32-lap 30:05. And right now, Austin Blair's on a 52-lap 30:11. So at this point, unless Blair picks up the pace a lot, Dakotah Phend would be in the main, and Austin Blair would not.
So Blair right now with a 30:11. What was Finn? 6 seconds. He's got to make up 6 seconds in 8.5 minutes. I think he could do it.
He could, but he's also got to pit again. So he's going to have to make up 14 seconds.
I still think he can do it. I'm rooting for him.
Tumbling.
Ryan Maifield.
Stumbling, tumbling. I'm not sure who that was.
Your leader coming around right now, working his way up on Cole Tollard.
I'm beyond impressed with Cole Ogden. Holy cow. He's now passed both of his Mugen Seiki teammates.
He is
Mike
up to
Truhe
fourth.
and Adam Drake. Beat it.
And we'll see how far back he is from Ryan Lutz at this point. So down the backstretch, there goes Ryan Maifield. Austin Blair still in the number 7 spot. He's closing the gap up on Adam Drake now. However, Drake does not have to pit again. There we're looking at Austin Blair. Yeah. Oh, and he put it in the pipe there. Austin Blair, the A main driver, driving the S-Works buggy. Making quite a name for S-Works this weekend.
Yeah.
For Blair. And we found out that while S-Works does not make a truggy just yet,
They are working on it.
They are working on it, and that's what he was driving in the...
So that's what Rivkin and Blair in the pit lane. Rivkin's out. Blair's out. Here's another associated driver coming in. That's Cole Tollard.
Got Brad Shearer there pitting along with Cole's dad. So 6:55 left to go in this one. The final pit stop's being made. Flame out on that was Woodyard.
Tough break for Big A down in the 14th position.
It's now going to be Maifield, Rivkin in the number 2 spot, Lutz. So good battle now between Rivkin and Lutz for 2nd and 3rd.
Wow, they
and
quite a ways behind Maifield.
Battle, yeah, a good battle right now though for 6th and 7th as Drake, Denney, and Austin Blair. Blair has dropped to the 8th place spot after the pit stops now. We'll see if that changes up here. Meanwhile, closest battle on the track going to be Spencer Rivkin and Ryan Lutz. So Spencer Rivkin in that number 1 car. He started first on the grid. Ryan Lutz started second on the grid here in this one. That's going to be our close battle to watch right now. We're looking at Austin Blair down the backstretch on the right side.
Mayfield's last lap, 35.1. Over a second slower than Rivkin, but at this point it doesn't really matter. Blair still trying to drop that pace down to a 52:30.05.
There we're looking at Spencer Rivkin, the team associated driver.
He's got to pick up 21 seconds now plus. Oh, he did pit. So Blair is 21 seconds off of the time he'll need to make the main. That's not going to happen. So
how far back? The question is, he's quite a ways back from Drake too.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So
I'd like to see Dakotah make it, but I'd really like to see Austin make it as well. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but no. 5 minutes left to go here in this one. 5 minutes. As we are now watching another Throwback Thursday, Flashback Friday, Take Me Back Tuesday, Way Back Wednesday. It's Mike Truhe versus Adam Drake. Down the backstretch they go. Mike Truhe in the number 5 spot. Adam Drake in the 6th and final transfer spot. Austin Blair in the number 7 spot. And, I would say that Austin Blair might have a chance if they got... Oh, I say that. I jinxed him. I started to say anybody else in 6th place, I'd say, well, 6 may crash or flame out or something like that. Not Adam Drake. Not Adam Drake. He's too solid. Adam Drake is one solid driver, one consistent driver. And as I said that...
Well, it would be weird if he was a liquid driver.
Drake did roll it over, but he's going to have to do that quite a bit more in order for Austin Blair to catch back up here in this one.
Cole Ogden is up to 4th from a lap. That should be demoralizing for everyone else.
That makes me wonder. I don't think anybody, honestly, if you ask anybody out there, hey, who's going to win the national championship title this year, I don't think anybody would say.
That would be a Cinderella story and a half.
But honestly, and nothing against Cole, it's just not the first person that comes to your mind. You'd say Cole Ogden, he's going to be the national champ this year. But with the drive that he's put in here in this one, he's got the speed to do it. Obviously, he's got the consistency to do it. It's not that he caught up to, local club racers to make his lap back up. These are the world's best. And he went from literally last, a lap down off the start, to now 4th, and not terribly far back from Ryan Lutz in 3rd.
Dakotah Phend's 7th place finishing time was a 52:30.05. And Blair is down to a 52:30.18. So he's 13 seconds slower with 3 minutes left to go. I don't think this is going to happen.
.245 left to go here in this one. Ryan Maifield out front, Spencer Rivkin in the number 2 spot, Ryan Lutz in the 3, Cole Ogden in the 4. And now the battle is on between Ryan Lutz and Cole Ogden. Unbelievable. Ryan Lutz, the Techno Meanwhile, we're looking at Ryan Maifield, yeah.
And Austin Blair. Austin Blair is going to come up about 10 seconds short, it looks like.
So there is Lutz and Ogden. And ladies and unbelievable driving from the McGinty driver, Cole Ogden. So if you are just tuning in here on LiveRC, the story behind Cole Ogden for this one is going to start in the, or I should say, he had the starting position of. The deal was you had Austin Blair for them, but the volunteers were no. Lap down from everyone else. We talked about it before, and we were super bummed for these guys as they've been driving good all weekend, and there was just no shot at them coming back from being a lap down. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Cole Ogden now is Spencer Rivkin with 45 seconds to go. Not only is he up to third, he's looking at a direct transfer to the final. Austin Blair in the number 7 spot. He's on a 52:30.15. He would have to better that time by almost 10 seconds in the next 30 seconds somehow, or something would have to happen to Adam Drake. He needs to finish 6th or better for a direct transfer. His time, if he finishes 7th, will be compared to Dakotah Phend, who finished 7th in the even final, which at this time it's going to be Dakotah. However, still a fantastic run for Austin Blair in the A-Main Hobbies S-Works. So 10 seconds as this one winds down. Up and over the step down. Oh, your leader tumbling. And right now, he just needs to keep that thing together. That is Ryan Maifield. That is time. Time has expired now as they're working their way around. One final time. Your leader down the backstretch onto the right-hand side. And coming across the line, there's Ryan Maifield, your odd Buggy main event winner. Cole Ogden coming in third. An absolutely incredible run right there. Ryan Lutz coming in for the number 4 spot. Austin Blair coming in 6th, so now your top 6 are locked in. They are guaranteed. It is Ryan Maifield taking the win, Spencer Rivkin 2nd, Cole Ogden 3rd, Ryan Lutz 4th, Mike Truhe 5th, and Adam Drake 6th. Looking at the finishing time here of Austin Blair, it was a 52:30-13. That means Dakotah Phend will take that final transfer spot for the hour-long final that will be coming up here in just a little bit. Unbelievable. Cole Ogden and Austin Blair, my hat is off to both of them for a fantastic drive here in this one. What a run. Let's send it down to the podium right now for Raw Speed Race Report.
Ryan Maifield, a former champion in the 8-scale buggy class and defending champion in the truck class. Pretty easy win there in the semifinal.
Yeah, I mean, not really.